without partnerships, we cannot advance public health. And there is no ands, ifs, and buts about that. That is just a reality.
Team from the UK and the US who have joined us in spite of the challenges of COVID, and they were willing to work alongside our local team to perform much needed and life-changing procedures on these children. They have been delayed due to the pandemic, and so we warmly welcome them back. The mission is important to us, ladies and gentlemen, because it brings competencies, it brings skills, and it brings medical supplies as well, and the exchange of best practices and training. So we thank them and we thank our partners.
She's a promising child. She's very active. At birth, doctors realized she have a heart condition, and now, at this present moment going on, I feel much happier because the procedures has done, and thanks to the sponsor of this opportunity, like Chain of Hope, Gift of Life, and Rotary Club, and other sponsors also. So this moment I'm very happy, and I can't forget Bustamante Hospital. They have accommodated me for the last few years from Sunday. I've been here, and I can tell you this afternoon, I made it home a very happy father.
You'll be taking her home today?
I'll be taking her home. Growing up as a young man or child growing up, I used to watch these things taking place on TV, or you watch news and see children going through their different phase, not knowing at some point in time I will be here, a living testimony. So by God and His grace, I have to give thanks, and thanks to everybody who played their role. Because without the possibility of the sponsors and everybody in charge, this wouldn't be possible.
I just want to say thank Minister for coming at such short notice, and we are very busy schedule. But I also want to thank Dr. McGee and his team for coming, and I know that Dr. McGee is not a stranger to Buster. This is 20 No, this is over 20 years of association with Bustamante.
Oh,
But
you've
in
been coming
terms
for
of
20 years?
passion, yes, you've been with us a long
Wow.
countless times, and he's an excellent teacher, mentor, and also in terms of his excellent skills, he has also been part of also our history of the building. So he's with us before we started this kind of building. So you know where we're coming from and where we want to go. So we're part of the training and also to enhance our skills and also to get our missions done, because we want to move to full activity. Hope it does slow us a little bit, but we want to pick it back up and get it there. So thank you very much, Minister.
We really appreciate it, and better yet, these young ones appreciate it even more.
Yes.
Well, you faint because they were joking you. It's to get better. They're doing it for you to get better, okay? So I'm sure you're gonna get better, right? Right,
Dijon.
Dijon.
Yes, so he's here to have a home closed.
Okay.
So, and that's good because we don't have to open his chest to actually do it.
Oh, it's a minimal invasive.
Minimally invasive, so he can actually go home that day after his procedure.
She did have a hole in her heart. So yesterday they operated on her. So she's doing pretty good.
Tell me, how do you feel knowing that you were able to get surgery yesterday? How did having a hole in her heart affect her daily life?
She good, she play. If I don't tell somebody, they don't know because she's very active.
How do you feel knowing that she was able to get this surgery through Chain of Hope?
I'm feeling so excited, and I thank God for everything, and I thank Chain of Hope for helping the children.
What was the procedure like for you? Oh. Are you excited to go back home today?
Oh, you've been enjoying.
It's been good. The kids are fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so where do you practice? At the Chain of Hope facility in London?
No, I'm actually from Guyana.
Wow!
Name, that's his
Caribbean lady. Alright. And you?
London.
Oh, so where do you actually practice? Where?
Roy Brompton.
Oh, Roy Brompton. Okay, fine. Well, always a pleasure to have you guys. And thanks again for everything. To the team. We appreciate it. And take a little time to relax while you're here. Okay?
It is indeed my pleasure on behalf of the Bustamante Hospital for Children to welcome our team, thank the Ministry of Health who worked along with us to ensure that all the protocols were observed, that we ensure that we have a safe delivery of health care for our children, and especially for the catheterisation, which is important intervention for children who require both diagnostic and treatment for their cardiac condition, which without having to undergo surgery. It is an important milestone that we are doing this now as we restart and return a resumption of services in spite of COVID.
The partnership between the Chain of Hope team that comes a few times a year and perform these very life-saving procedures, working with the Bustamante staff, is impatient of any debate around its value, its contribution to not just the institution and the objectives of the institution, but to the value of partnerships involving several partners, just building out this facility as well as using the facility. And most of all, most importantly, the value to lives and young lives. So, we really and truly must celebrate each visit and recognize the lessons from each visit, that without partnerships, we cannot advance public health. And there is no ands, ifs, and buts about that. That is just a reality that we have to face, accept, and indeed promote. And so I want to take the opportunity to thank the Chain of Hope team, the local team who have been involved in the organization, and the shortlisting and the assessment and the pre-work to get us to the operating theatre for these youngsters to be given these life-saving procedures, and the other partners who have been very accommodating. And I dare say that we must not forget that public health is not just about COVID, and indeed more so, we are moving in a period now where we're going to have to live with COVID and treat COVID just as we would treat any other illnesses or ailment that we have. And that team out there in public health are working and continue to work in so many areas, this being one such area. So good things continue to happen in public health. We often don't talk enough about them. We find more interesting and topical to discuss the things that are not going so well. I would certainly urge us to take a moment to recognize those things that are. And to the parents who are here in the audience, who want to just thank you for being understanding and also for using the facilities. And we are happy we were able to play a role in helping your kids to bounce back, to overcome adversity, and to lead a normal life. That is what we're about. And that is what the team here is committed to doing.
Anything you'd want to say to Chain of Hope who helped to sponsor your surgery?
Yes, thank you for God first.